See that sexy girl from God. She too fine, one of a kind, call her sexy Bella.
What's good, man? Shit, nigga, what's going on? I'm going through it.
The African culture has taught me to like overthink everything that I said.
Yeah.
That's what, like, even when you ask this question, I just been replaying my answer in my head.
Like, damn, I gotta make it perfect.
Now I'm thinking, I can't even say what I have to
You know
say.
that your mother or somebody
Exactly.
somebody
Watching
gonna watch
it.
that.
Right. Your first what I have to say.
So you wanna make sure you're saying the right thing.
Hey guys!
Welcome back to my channel, Lizz Heam. Today I will be doing growing up in an African household with my girls. Everybody's gonna introduce themselves, so just go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, my name is Bookie and I'm from Nigeria. You can follow me on Bookie Love on
Nigeria in the
YouTube.
house.
You can follow me on YouTube.
Omo
Bookie
Niger.
Love, and also on Instagram, Bookie Love.
Hey, my name is Gladys. You can follow me on Instagram on HeyScarlett_ or subscribe to my blog, scarlettsgarden.me, and I'm from Ghana.
Hey, my name is Roberta. I'm from Ghana. You can follow me on Instagram at roberta.bae.
Hi, my name is Rose. Go by Rosie. You can follow me on Instagram at pushin_roses.
Hey guys, my name is Bella. You can follow me on Instagram at JazzyBella. And from the little intro, I'm from Ghana. You don't know.
Now you know.
But I'm gonna just read some statements and we all gonna share our experiences with it.
I'll go. Like I was saying before, African people are just very nice. Like when they hear about someone coming to America and doesn't know anybody, they usually invite them to stay with them until they are able to get on their feet. So and that's why we call them uncle aunties. So
Guess where we gotta sleep? On the floor in the living room. And I think it just teaches us like not to be selfish, you know, and we learned that like at a very young age to like give back no matter what, whether it's from like someone you don't know to like a close family member, and then like also growing up in church, like you learn all these values that at the end of the day it's like you're not doing anything for yourself, it's to like help other people.
But if you stay at home, if you just, I mean, like, first of all, you don't have the choice to say, I'm not going to church as a child. I feel like it's easier for, like, once you're, like, still living in the house, like, living with your parents, whether you're in college, whether you're 40, if you're living in your mother's house, you can't question, oh, why am I going to church? That's not even something that comes off the top of your head. Now, once you leave, it's kind of like different. It's like, I mean, like, I don't know about anybody else's household, but for mine, I can never go stand in front of my father and say I'm not going to church.
You're not sick or dying.
Wait, background, she is a pastor's daughter, so
But like, even regardless of being a pastor's daughter, like, you can't do it.
You can be dying. You can have
bro, the only
a
time I didn't go to church, like literally the only time I didn't ever go to church was when I went to college.
Exactly.
That was the first time I didn't go to church every single Saturday.
When we were kids, what did we used to look forward to the most?
Church. Like, with my new dress and shoes.
But not only that, but that's where we like develop a lot of close friendships. Like
That's not
So all of you guys, except for Buki, I met in church, so that's a great thing.
oh, what was that? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. Have you guys gotten it?
No, I got it, but they joke around with it. They don't take it seriously.
No, they tell you at this age.
To the point where I joke around with it too. I be like, yeah, I have a whole bunch of boyfriends. And they be like, which I sound classy. I sound like stop.
Like,
You know how Africans are in general. You don't talk about sex.
They think about it because it's like if you don't talk about it, it's not gonna happen, which is not true.
But they always busting it open.
Honestly, but they will legit give you the sex talk a couple of hours before you're about to get married.
No, but it's so funny when you're watching a movie with your friends.
Oh my God!
Change this channel. You gotta go away real quick. Like,
nah, my mom looking like changes right now.
I literally leave and then come back. When my older brother, you guys know my dad. It was just that mass silence. Nobody even wants to breathe, and it's just like okay. Like it's funny because like my mom, like obviously I mentioned to my mom like sometimes I'll say I don't want to get married. No, you should sit down, have a whole.
You used to say that a lot in college. Lizz should never see herself getting married.
Honestly,
I don't want to marry. I
It's like, so it's like, okay, you tell me that like I should, but then I say, oh, I remember the one time I said I'm going for a date. Shorty sat me down, had a whole conversation. Why you going on dates? You need to wait for God to bring you the right man. So how am I supposed to find a man?
Exactly.
Because I'm not gonna let you bring me a man. I'm not gonna go.
No, but I see where you're going, but also like at this time they want us to be married and also finish, like be done with school, but also be. But I feel like school is like their main priority.
No, but that's what I've noticed. I've noticed that like the question of marriage doesn't really come about until you're like done with school.
My mom was actually very nice about when I had a boyfriend. Like she was like, well, she called me one day and she was like, oh, I think I was a sophomore or junior, I don't know. But she was like, oh, do you have a boyfriend or whatever?
Wait, she came up and asked you.
Like, who was on the phone? She was like, no, I actually didn't know. I lied. She called me and she was like, oh, there's this guy. Ask me where this guy is.
In Nigeria?
It's all in Nigeria. Oh, there's this guy. He's from a good family. I was like, no, I have a boyfriend. I had a boyfriend for like, I think almost like 4 months. I hadn't told my mom. The way it came out real quick when she said, oh, I have this guy. I was like, I have a boyfriend. And she was like, where? I was like, oh, he's from Ghana. And she was actually okay with it. I was very surprised.
Even now, like when I'm going out, even coming here, my dad's like, oh, where you going? What are you guys doing? Like,
you gotta be home at a certain time.
It's like 4 blocks maybe from my house. Oh, where you going? What are you doing? Why you guys doing it? Like,
wait, did you guys ever have sleepovers?
No. What is a sleepover?
You guys get Bernie's input.
The only time I had sleepovers was when my mom was going to Nigeria.
She wasn't there.
No, when I tell I'm going, can I go to someone's house to go see? She's like, why can't they come here? Why do you have to go to them? I just have
no, it's never like I remember we had to beg, go through calling, have your parents call, have your friends come back like please, can they come please? Like,
oh, even like parties. I don't think I ever went to parties.
No, I was not allowed to go. That's why I don't have the wickedest wine now.
But here's the thing, it will come to the point that like some events would come and you wouldn't even bother asking.
You know what that creates? Sneaky children.
Yeah.
What I am telling you, it became so because my parents kept saying no. I just became so good at coming up with excuses and lies to tell my parents.
Like I went away to college, like I feel like I had to get really like I'm 21 now. You can't tell me what to do with my mom.
I do it now, so now like instead of asking, I'll just say like, oh, I'm going here. Yeah. And they'll still have my questions, but it's not
like if you still live in their house though. Like there's something like that.
But I feel like when we're children, it's like, damn, why are you always on my back? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But as we grow up, I start to see where they come from. But it's always like you have to trust that how you have raised me and know that I have common sense. That I'm taking it into the outside world, which is where your parents don't understand.
That's what I've been telling my mom that like now when she says something or if she say, oh, the reason I'm calling because I don't know what you're doing, that means you don't trust yourself that you've been a good parent. And I literally tell her that because if you know that you raised me up the right way, then you shouldn't be worried about it because you know I'll go out there and I'll act the way that you want me to act.
They believe Africans don't get depressed. Or they think depression is a sickness.
No, I don't think it's a sickness. They think it's like if you're depressed.
They don't believe in it.
Yeah, like I don't think they believe in depression. It's always like
why are you depressed?
Why you? They blame somebody impossible. No, they blame the devil for it. If anything bad happens,
it's the devil
and his agents are.
No, but not even like that. I want to say like let's say like something. Like something's really bothering you at school. Like, let's say you're being bullied at school. Yes, you tell them, okay, get over it, like that. That's how it was for me. Everything will be like, oh, get over it. You're gonna get over it. Don't dwell on it because you should be a bigger person or you should be strong enough to not focus on it. But then that's just on the outside. Like you could say you moved on, but then deep inside that thing is still bothering.
There's a lot of things that I see. With African parents, like even like some African parents that have anger issues, and I feel like most of the time it's because they're depressed or going through stuff themselves, and they don't know that it's been depressed. Like, so, excuse me, so one positive thing Growing up in an African household, I felt like it made me very grounded in who I am and the things I choose to participate in. For example, like there's some stuff that some people did in college that I know to keep myself away from, because I just know that's not who I am and that's not how my parents raised me. And one negative thing is I'm not very good with expressing myself and what I'm going through to anybody, and that's from like growing up. I've always been taught to like suppress everything, and you know, pray to God and you'll be fine. It's the devil's work, or like you know, whenever like I feel like I'm not feeling good or depressed, it's like you can't be. You should go pray and everything will be alright. That's my positive. So I guess for me, one negative thing would be growing up, I felt very limited. Like what we was discussing before, like with activities, like couldn't go to certain events, couldn't do certain things. So in my opinion, that was a negative aspect. But a positive, like similar to what Buki said, I just became very humble. So yeah.
Positively, I have culture, and I'm proud. I know that like there's something that I have substance. There's substance where I come from, and like just with my culture alone, when it comes to education, it's just so many beautiful things that I can teach like myself and like those who do not know about my culture, even my kids. I know that like even like when we were talking about how like we grow up with people that we don't even have any type of blood relation to, and we like have them as family. Like God forbid I have kids and something happens to me, at least I know that there's somebody who can always be there for my kids. Negatively, I'm gonna agree with what Buki and Gladys said. Like, yeah, I have friends and I have family, but there's so much that I go through on my own, and I can't speak. I don't know how to like speak about it with other people. So like lately I found myself like instead of like me trying to like talk about it, I've suppressed it so much that the slightest thing would like just put me in like a bad mood, and like and I'll blow up for like the wrong reason, and then like the blow up goes to like the wrong people and then I end up like hurting more because like damn, I'm over here hurting and bringing it on you and like making you feel bad. So like that's something that we all need to work on as a community.
Okay. So I guess my positive is when you grow up in the African household, you just realize the importance of family. So and it's not family just by blood, but it's family by relation. So it's those that you grew up with, those that you interact with, those that relate to you. So I feel like I just have so many different families that I can, if I have some kind of connection with, I can always come to them for some certain help, you know. But then the negative aspect of that is that in the African household, they also care so much about judgment that it's always like I can't show the 100% of who I truly am because then somebody's gonna judge me. Like even this hairstyle that I was doing, my mom was like, oh, it might be too light and some people might talk in church, but it's like little stuff like that, so I can't express myself 100%. So that's always a negative aspect to it.
Being from an African culture, having a family, I know like Akata people, they're forced to like move out their parents' house at like 18 years old and stuff like that. So I appreciate the fact that even at 23 years old, my parents still like have me in their house, waiting for me to grow as a person before like I move out, get married, get settled, and then move out their house. So that's the positive aspect of it. And negative. There's so many.
Alright, pick one that just sticking out to you right now.
Negatively, I feel like growing up as an African has made me like very socially awkward because I usually hang out with people that are so much like me to the point where when I meet other people it's like, oh man, I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? Like, how do they see me? So I think that's the negative of growing up as African. Yeah.
Right. I agree with what everybody said. For me specifically, like a positive will definitely be the fact that I'm always looking to help others or give back, and I think that's a huge part of what we spoke on earlier. Like they're always looking to bring somebody in to help them get their ground, like their feet started before they can like branch out, whatever. So I think that's a positive. Negatively goes back to what Rose has said. I remember high school, I went through something and they were more worried about the fact what the church will say about it. So because of that, I couldn't even like share or anything like that. Not that I wanted to share or per se, but like seek help. Whatever, they kept everything so hush hush. And I remember thinking like, damn, they'll rather care about what other people were saying than my own personal like health. Like that hit me heavy. And for a long time, not to say like it gave me a negative feelings of from my parents for a long time. And then even now, I remember when I first dyed my hair red, my dad was like, this is not what the Achampons do. Have you seen any Achampon member with red hair?
Let's light it black real quick.
You just so many stuff. So I remember I told him, this was this year, like earlier this year, and I told him, I was like, you talking about, oh, nobody in this family has hair like this, so why would I go do it? What about I want to start my own thing? Like, just because y'all don't do it don't mean I can't start it. Like, it's not like there's anything wrong with it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I know we was chatting a lot, but we just had a lot to say. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you learned something for real. If you have any comments, if you feel the type of way, if you agree with us, just comment down below.
And if you want to hear more of this, if you want us to get together more often, let her know in the comments.
Subscribe. What are you doing?